Alright, going live a little bit early today because I have some stuff. Well, first of all, let's just talk about this kind of jank Gardevoir list I'm playing tonight. I saw that I believe it was Jake Gearhart. I got day 2 with this at the San Antonio Regional Championships, and I was like, okay, this seems pretty cool. You're playing the I was testing a little Gardevoir leading up to San Antonio, and I was like, this deck feels really fun, but it's not a deck I want to pick up like last minute. And I just like wanted an excuse to play it again. I see this list come out, and Deoxys VSTAR is really cool because it's VSTAR power for just one psychic energy does 60 damage for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. So for one psychic energy, you can one shot an Iron Hands, and for just 6 psychic energies, you can one shot an Inteleon VMAX. How did I do at San Antonio? Well, that's a funny story. I'm gonna wait for a little bit on that one. Aside from that, it's typical Guardy 60. I love the double Avery. I'm a bigger fan of Zacian than Screamtail. Giratina having a pretty solid weekend. Does make me a little scared to play only three path bounces, but it is what it is. I see what happened like on stream. Like the 3 rare candies prize and Peony just whiffing a candy. That was tough to watch. Hey, what's up, Zid? How's it going? Well, the funny thing was I planned to get to San Antonio. I was registered. I had my flight booked, my hotel booked, and everything. But I got bodied by my auto loss round 1. Unfortunately, yeah, American Airlines is too good. So basically, it's Friday afternoon. My flight leaves at 4:45, and then I have a connecting flight in Houston, and then after that I go from Houston to San Antonio. But my flight was supposed to originally take off at 4:45, got pushed back all the way to like just past 6. So now I miss my connecting flight from Houston to San Antonio. So then it's just like, luckily we were able to reschedule, get a later connecting flight. It was fine. So we actually go out to the airport, and it gets pushed all the way back to 6:55, like closer to, like now we're cutting it really close because my connecting flight leaves like basically 20 minutes after my, the plane to Houston lands, and it's in a whole separate terminal, so it'd be really hard to get there in time. So we basically walk up to the flight attendant and like, or not flight attendant, the person at the desk, and like, hey, hold up here. Flight's been delayed so badly. What's that, sir? Is there any chance that like what's going on here? Like, is there any chance that like they could hold the flight back for us or what? And the lady basically said that there was like a lot of delays happening because like weather had been bad and whatnot. But they still weren't gonna hold back the plane. There was like 20 people who were like running behind and supposed to catch that certain plane. So we just kind of sat there and we're just like, well, is this even worth going to at this point if there's like a decent chance we get stranded in Houston? Because then they're like, hey, we can give you a voucher if you miss your flight, and we'll get you to the first flight from Houston San Antonio in the morning, which does us no good because the first flight's at like 8 a.m. So we'd miss the tournament. Like I'm not flying all the way to San Antonio for Elite Cup. Like that's not happening for a 200-person cup. We kind of sat there and just thought about it for a little bit, and then there was like a 4th delay or something, and they like kind of leave at 8, and it's like, well, that decides that. The last flight of the day. So unfortunately, like living in a smaller town with not a major airport, you don't have a whole ton of like versatility where it's just like, well, we'll just catch the next one. And when there's not too many gates, there's not too many flights, you're sort of at the airline's mercy, I guess. And unfortunately, this one didn't pan out. But oh well, like I guess I know for the future not like to maybe schedule a day in advance, try to get a flight earlier in the day, because like what sucks is like the flights for earlier in the day would have had basically 0 risk of like missing and stuff, but like there were a couple $100 more, so like I'm not going to pay a couple $100 extra just to like play around the chance of delays and stuff. So I was pretty frustrated. don't get too many opportunities to go to regionals, so it's pretty disappointing not to be able to go. But it is what it is, I guess. I'm kind of over it now. I mean, a couple of my friends and locals did pretty well, so I mean, I'm happy to see them do pretty decently. Should have a couple more opportunities later this season to try to finish up the World's Invites. But yeah, it was really like disappointing. I was so excited. I put like so much time into testing for that event. I was pretty confident on Cloth, and it was like sort of I don't know. I felt super good about Cloth, and then to see it like at 601 on streams, like I know the deck is good, but then I can see the person piloting the deck like play so bad on streams. It's like, well, dang, I could have done that good. Yeah, it was something. I mean, it's over now. Yeah. So round one, we're up against the Glasses Lost Box deck. My opponent has not checked in yet. I'm like not playing Jirachi in this Gardevoir list, and they're playing no Sableye, so it works out fine for me. You saw James Sims today, nice. Yeah, it was crazy because I was just like, I knew the weather kind of sucked, so it was just like I didn't like Guardy. No, Guardy's fun to play. It's just I don't think I'd ever take it to a major tournament. It's just like the play style of it, like in best of one, it's a little bit different because there's very little risk that you tie, but like its game plan in best of threes win a super long game one and then just play not to lose game two, play to basically drag the game out. So if you're like myself and play pretty fast, like that doesn't really mesh too well. Like they're kind of conflicting play styles, so I don't think it's anything I would ever take to like a big best of three tournaments. Like probably League Cups are the highest I'd ever take Gardevoir. But I think it's like a good deck to like learn because there's like a lot of important skills, and it's just a genuinely very powerful deck once you can like sort of harness its power. So, and I saw this cute little Deoxys tech package, and it's just like, well, yeah, I kind of have to try this. Like this looks really cool. And some nice juicy clickbait. If we actually even get a match this time, my opponent is making us wait. And this actually would be a matchup that like the Deoxys could potentially hit the board against. Like my opponent is playing like Iron Hands. This dude is weak to Dark, which is like sort of weird in this matchup. But just being able to one-shot an Iron Hands for a single energy is pretty awesome. And they don't have any like boss to be able to be like, okay, I'm gonna pick off your Deoxys instead of going Iron Hands turn 2. I mean, they do play one boss, but it's like pretty unlikely that they're bossing and have Gate Live turn 2. My opponent is. There's a minute left here. Let's see. Let's see. Sables are just goated. Sables is a pretty good deck. I played it some prior to San Antonio. Have I tried the? I have not tried those. I have not. I haven't even seen them anywhere. I don't. I've seen people talk about them, but I don't think I've ever like actually seen the physical product anywhere that I've been. But I might have to give them a shot. Like I really love katanas. They're like I was a Dragon Shield fanboy for the longest time. Like I would like any sort of Dragon Shield slander would never be tolerated by me. But then it was just like, well, I saw all this stuff about their quality control issues, and I had a bad pack of sleep myself. I jumped ship for katanas, and I have not looked back. But yeah. Are we gonna get a no-show? Busted. Yes, we slightly do take those Zed. Alright. So let's update this. I don't even have the record on screen. I'm a pro at this. It feels weird. I haven't streamed for a couple of days. I didn't intend being back home today. I was because like the play was supposed to leave Monday morning, but yeah. RIP. RIP. Okay. Charizard and Moon being the most played decks. I bring zero respect to Snorlax style, and for now it's staying kind of low key. Azul's in top 4. I mean, I do have Pokestats pulled up here. I know both Blocklex lost in top 4. I don't know if Pokestats is like updating. They are okay. So it's actually I assume it's probably the 60 card mirror in top 4. And then Palkia versus Tina. Yo, Tina. Yeah, I was in no-show, Larry. Tina versus Palkia. I feel like the Tina should be favored here. This is Tina's tournament to win. I didn't honestly like think Tina was all that amazing of a play going into the event. But after like seeing the graphic, I was like, yeah, this is Tina's tournament, and it showed out pretty well. I'm interested to see Grant's list if he has any sort of like sauce cooking here. Like it, I mean, like beat the one Mew that he faced. So, is that Tomb? Is that Drapion? Is there any sort of attack for that? Actually lost to Azul. Interestingly enough, like that's a pretty favored matchup. But I mean, oh, Tina can always do Tina things. That match on stream was pretty crazy. Wait, no, that was I remember Keaton had like some awful stream game where he had basically full break twice. Bro didn't even get top 32. Yeah, that was against Dan. Oh, that would hurt so bad to go from winning into top 8 to just nothing. Like, I mean, you get some points, but no dollars, none of the cash. I was surprised to see a Lugia get top 32. I think it's funny that it's a Snorlax on the graphic, but this person was not playing Snorlax in their actual list. There was Entei Valley near the top, a couple Urshifus near top 16. I don't know what DJ was playing, but yeah, Liam. Yeah, it's 3 Snorlaxes near the top here. This could be a Snorlax too. Sometimes they get put in the wrong category. Crazy, like there was the teammates here, Caleb, Azul, Grant, all doing really well with Zard. There's really none, like what, I guess 3 right at the bottom of top 32. Gardevoir having another pretty weak showing, like didn't even make top 16. I think kind of everyone sort of saw that coming. Like people were sort of down on Guardy, like top players still played it, but you just didn't convert all that well. Didn't make it all that deep. But yeah, Tina's had a pretty nice tournament. Zach Cooper. Yeah, I hope that they have lists out like tomorrow or something, because then we can go over them. Probably stream it tomorrow night, then we can go over them. Yeah, but a couple of Fusion Mews near the top. DTE Mew. Yeah, Snorlax Control, Snorlax Stall. It's kind of the same thing. I would classify it more as a stall deck, because you're not, I know you have the Luxray, but you're not necessarily like controlling your opponent's, like all your opponent's resources. Like you're kind of like stalling them out of switches. That's your core strategy, right? Like, you know, that's not like you're controlling their entire board. It's not like you're taking energies out of play or doing anything like controlling their hand. Like you're just running them out of switches. Like you're stalling them out of switches. Like that is your core strategy. So that's why I say Snorlax stall. Hey, what's up, King? I'm not seeing you in chat for a minute there. But it's like kind of a general term though. So like, I call it stall. You can call it control. It's fine. See, Limitless sides with me, so I'm right. Okay. Yeah, the meta today is kind of crazy. And Roaring Moon. I mean, Roaring Moon did sort of have like a more impressive weekend. I think Pokestats going crazy with the ads. There were, I guess like day 1, I know I can't pull that up, but there were like a couple moons near the top of day 1. Didn't necessarily have very strong day 2s. Yeah. I don't even know what happened. There was one that was like 801, and I think this guy, yeah, had a really rough day too. Going 1-3-2. I hit some pretty tough matches, but I feel like you should be able to beat Fusion. But yeah, Snorlax and Guardy gonna be pretty difficult. Interesting tournaments. I was kind of hating on Zard before the event because I was just like, well, why do people keep picking it up when it like doesn't ever really do well? Like it gets its top 16s and top 32s, but is that like it's kind of like an extension, like it's super like high usage, so like it's kind of inevitable that one's gonna rise to the top or get close to the top. It seems like when like the top players pick up Zard, it does well, and then when like Azul, Grant, Lucas Singh, like all of them picking up Zard, like the deck does well, but like it just seems like in general Zard tends to underperform compared to the usage. Like I guess like Miraidon was the most played deck and didn't have a standout showing. Sablezard beats Zard Pidgeot. I think it probably does. It's like not an ultra unfavorite matchup though. Like I wouldn't like if I were playing Zard, I wouldn't be just like, oh crap, I'm against Sablezard. The double Devo TM makes it difficult, but it's still manageable if you can evolve your like, especially like being able to slow evolve with your Charmeleon is really good. I gotta make sure I don't miss my round. See, I guess we got the no-show, so unlikely that that's gonna happen. It'll be interesting to see like where the meta goes here, because like Snorlax wasn't really respected. Like I said, if I had more time, I would have invested time into a Snorlax Pidgeot. Like I thought the deck was really good. I didn't expect it to do this well. Like as someone who thought the deck had legs, I did not think that it was gonna do this well. But like where does the meta go from here? Because this deck has a natural Minior answer. So now what? It also like likes to go first, and or does it prefers to go first, and like before I guess like the more traditional Snorlax stall decks, you would like go second and they would kind of crumble. And like the Spiritomb tech isn't like as great against it, because I mean they got Pidgeot. Like once they get Pidgeot going, it's kind of bad news for you. So yeah, I'm interested to see where things go. Like Tina seems incredibly well positioned. Now, like you don't like you're pretty good against this top cut. Like you're great against Zard, great against Miraidon. You should have a naturally great Snorlax matchup. Really, like Mew and like Lost Vacuum Mirrors are the really the only like question mark match. I guess like Gardevoir with Jirachi's a little bit weird, but like Guardy just plays so few path bounces, like also starts playing like 3, so if you're playing like quad path Tina, like it's fairly reasonable that you can just run Guardy out of attacks eventually, or run them out of abilities. So are we ever gonna like shift back to like yo Lugia's meta because hey, we beat Giratina? Well, I guess the Lugia list that did super well was not playing Snorlax. This meta has gotten really weird. It's like it's kind of neat how everything is like relatively balanced, but also it's like very strange to metagame. I think it's just like, well, something goes from like really good to really bad to really good, and there's like a span of a couple weekends. Like it was just last weekend that we're saying that like Snorlax like just did really bad. Like, oh, don't play Snorlax. It's people are prepared for it now, and then here we are. Snorlax is popping off again. So yeah, and will like the Guardy, like I guess like how like where does like the path for Gardevoir to succeed come in? Like it was just super highly used at LAIC. I think it's because it got kind of optimized first. Like when you have like all the top players, all the biggest brains working on one deck, it's getting optimized rather quickly. So I don't I think has Gardevoir reached its ceiling? Like, it is a very powerful deck, but it does take some pretty bad matchups. Yeah, it doesn't have like the matchup spread that it like did going into LAC, because like now Miraidon's been optimized, now Urshifu's been optimized. Yeah, so not super optimistic on the future of Gardevoir, like as the guy playing the deck today, but I just like want to like, is this like sort of Deoxys package? Is like that's how you is this how you have to play Gardevoir like moving forward? Like, is this the best way to answer Iron Hands? Best way to try to fix up that Inteleon Urshifu matchup? Yeah, I don't really know. I'm like kind of hoping that we can get like some actually good games with Gardevoir today, so we can just like at least try out the decks. Like, I'm sure I'm gonna make some, misplays. It's definitely not an easy deck to play. Like, there's still a lot of matches left. I'm going to keep rambling for another 13 minutes. Oh, dang. Okay. Let's see. What else can I find on Pokestats to talk about? I mean, there's the one Entei Valiant that hovers around top 32 every single event. Yeah, just lots of Tinas and Zards bunched up here. I think there actually was a Chin Pal that debuted this time, so the cold streak, up pun intended, was broken. But yeah, Jared Grimes had an absolutely atrocious day 2. Yeah, like, facing Palkia, facing like Miraidon. I don't think it's an off. Like, I think it's like if it's the Turbo Miraidon, like with the Peony, that seems like really bad. But I think the other like more classic Miraidon's a lot more winnable. But Urshi seems awful. Lax seems even to be able to win one game against Lax seems mad impressive. And then Palkia seems like Palkia should almost always be taking the first 2 against you. Yeah, and then they have Cross Cologne. Just not a matchup you like want to be facing. Actually, I'm surprised he had like such a I mean, just 2-1 against Miraidon, like, but still to have that kind of record, I think is pretty impressive. To be able to beat 3 Lost Box decks, only hit the 1 Gardevoir, and I'm excited to watch like Jared's vlog when it comes out. Like, hear what he has to say about that kind of matchup, because like I played a little PAL this format. But it doesn't even feel like the Gardevoir match is really all that great anymore. Like, at least before, like the Cross Cologne build, the old Canadian PAL list was pretty good into Guardy. But now I like Avery Screamtail, especially like the more heavy Avery lists feel pretty bad. So because like you Avery and you have to keep double backs, like you have to respect the counter catcher. But then you like double backs Bib, and then they go Screamtail KO your Bib, and then they can Iono you next turn, and you're not drawing any cards. I guess if you just push Iron Hands early, like, what are they gonna do about it? It's just how consistently can you get the turn 2 hands. A lot of like I guess a Zard converted really well. I think it's crazy that there's like 200 people in day 2. Cloth game, bro, what a rough. After that, like, started 601. That stream match was incredibly painful to watch. And unfortunately, bro just really struggled the rest of the way out. And honestly, like, at least to me, it seemed like he didn't really know. Like, Azul swung with Pidgeot, and he like, just didn't really know what to do about that. And like game 2, he like a golden opportunity to like boss KO Azul's only Pidgey, and like force him to go back into attacking with Charizard, which like you can definitely win that price trade, or eventually they can miss without quick search. But he like went greedy for like a Rotom, and then he just ended up getting absolutely bodied for it. So yeah, I always like to see the cloth gamers doing well, but yeah, facing 2 Guardies in day 2 was quite unfortunate. But like, you'd like to get at least like, I think Zard's fairly even. Against a good Zard player, I think it's like probably close to 50-50 and maybe slightly favored for the cloth. But like, yeah, bro got cooked on stream. Like, that wasn't even really a game. There's so many good tools for GRI. I think just like mainly the issue about like Iron Hands like isn't so much like you're worried about like Iron Hands up trading on a Arcana Guardi, because like if Iron Hands is like a 2-for-2 trade, it's really not that good. Like the amount of input that goes into it, like just getting 2 prizes out of it isn't all that great most of the time. But I think it's like more so like the early game, like the turn 1, turn 2 hands. You don't always have like the immediate answer to it, and then it gets 4 prizes, and then like the game like sort of unravels from there. I did face a Guardi on ladder today that was playing TMD, but it was just like, what? Like I was playing Snorlax Pidgeot, and I had like them trapped, and then they go attach energy, devolve my Pidgeot. I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, what is this advanced technology, Guardi? Was Jason here the only cloth in day 2? I didn't see any other ones. I mean, maybe some of these other like decks could have been it, but dang, 212 people in day 2. That's a lot of people who fought through day 1 and just to go just to get whatever up to top to 56 points. And despite playing all those rounds, I think what's dang, dropping at 631 is really weird. Like, you'd still be shot at, huh? Because like you'd have 4 more rounds, 10-3-1. Where would that get you? Or 10? No. You could go 11-3-1. You could get top 16 with that. So I wonder what happens. Huh? Have I tried Guardi Hatterene VMAX? I have not. I forget what Hatterene does, honestly. I know it like moves the damage counters, right? Like from one active to another. I don't know like what the attack does, like if it's worth playing. Like that's really weird. I don't know like why Charlie dropped there. I mean, could have just been like having a rough day or something came up, like it wasn't feeling well or something. But it seems kind of sketchy. Not all Snorlaxes did well. There's like one near the bottom. I could totally understanding being like 6'5" and then just being like, you know, 6'5" just being like, you know what, that's a 140 plus confusion. That seems kind of underpowered. Like 6'5", like you win out to go 9'5", and you're still you're still in the exact like you're I guess you might not even make top 2 or top 128. That's assuming that you go perfect from there. I feel like the system kind of needs an overhaul. Because like why do I get more points from winning a 20-person cup than I do getting top 128 at a 1,000-person regional, 2,000-person regional? Like, that makes no sense. I think like a regional like San Antonio kind of exposes some of the flaws in the system. Like, I really think, like, I've thought this for years, that CP and prizing should scale on attendance. Like, having like the flat structure doesn't really like work that well. So like if like there's really like a kicker, like if the regional gets to X amount of people, like extends prizing to a certain level, like maybe like the CP gets bumped up. It's just like it just feels awful to like spend your whole day competing, and then you get the same amount of like you spend the whole day competing to just get like the same amount of CP as someone who wins 6 and 3. And then like you're like okay, I could have just like gone to some tiny league cup and gotten more. Like I know it's on a different best finish limit and all that stuff. Like not the same thing, but what's it called? It just feels really bad because like it's probably probably harder to go get into day 2, get top 256, top 128, then just win your 25, 20, 30 person league cup. Like I'm kind of like I think the whole like changes into like the best of three like time stuff like that's like overblown. I do think a change is probably coming, but I'd honestly really rather see like the cash increase was great, but I think it's still a work in progress. Like especially as these tournaments get bigger and bigger, and I'm sure next year these TOs are gonna try to book, like, since the demand has kind of gotten probably even crazier than most people anticipated, they're gonna try to find venues that can just sell more seats. If you're getting even more people, like it just makes it more apparent like how bad, or how not bad, because like getting $1,000 for top 32 is pretty epic, but just like how, but it's just like jank in a lot of ways. Like I've heard some people say that just like make it based on match points. So if like, let's just say you reach 33 match points, that gets you $1,000 at a regional. Or you reach 32 match points and that happens. That like kind of goes like the same way, like sliding with attendance, I guess. But that like also is like kind of weird. I don't know if like that's the best system either. I'd like to see as these tournaments get bigger and bigger, like top 16 cut or asymmetrical cut. As it was clean cut here at 36 match points. Well, no, because Grant won, so he's at 35. So yeah, it would have had a few more people playing if it was asymmetrical. I did make a video like a while back on like how I would change the Pokemon TCG like before the setup got improved. Like Pokemon made a big step in the right direction by increasing the prize money, but I feel like it still needs work. Like we're not quite there yet. All right. Round 2. We're up against Shadow Rider Calyrex, Klefki, Mawile, so I cannot bench Radiant Greninja, Manaphy, anything like that. Like I only can bench attackers. Double Path as well. And what's up, Blaziken? Looking like kind of a pile here. How am I? I'm doing fine. Friend request already busted. How about you, Blaziken? Were you excited to see the 2 Snorlax dolls? And I guess you probably are kind of mixed about it, because like you are a believer in a Snorlax, but like you kind of don't. You wanted to stay like under the radar. I do think the Pidgeot built a lot more like resilient to potential tech cards. Like Minior doesn't really beat that list. You're sad about it? That one game where he prized Sorry to San Antonio, yeah, that sucked. that was pretty upsetting. That's okay. Should be at Orlando here in April. That's gonna be my next one. So I'm gonna get to Orlando, Indianapolis, NEIC, and hopefully that gets me to 600. Yeah, that was crazy. He prized all the candies in Peonia and just whiffed candy. I don't know what the math on that is, but I'll be at Orlando. Let's go. Yeah. Gonna probably have to like change my travel strategy now that, I mean, it doesn't help to be like not live that close to a major airport. We're up against Shadow Rider. I like, oh no, this hand's jank. Opening the key. Like I just top deck VIP and we're chilling. 600 for a Worlds. I don't think they're gonna lower it, honestly. Like it did seem high at the to start the season, but honestly, I doubt that they lower it. I guess Mew's not a good top deck now. They didn't have it all that great for a second. Alright, well, what's your question, Blaziken? Bruh, I can bench the Deoxys to dodge the Donk, which I think is what I'm gonna do. Oh, it's fine. I totally get being concerned about what to play. I think most importantly, just pick a deck that you like playing. Like, that's between team. Like, if speaking today, what I think is the best one of those three decks, I would say Giratina. But they're all kind of relatively close. Just like, if you look at the if you look at the Snorlax Pidgeot deck, like, what do you tech for in that deck to, like, how do you tech against that? Like, more people will be like, probably know how to play against it, but like, how do you just be like, what card do you put in your deck? Opponent. Get down the Shadow Rider VMAX. Could potentially swing this turn, actually. That'd be really, really bad. This is how this is why I'm like, I hate Guardy. I don't want to play this deck, because I get hands like this far too often. And like, we get to step and we're chilling. Guardy just feels like even brickier this format. Because you have to play like more powerful cards, and like that's cool. Like, yeah. Man, I can't even like teleportation burst though. Like, I could have, but it feels awful. Level? Okay. That gets me. Oh, I prized the Kirlia as well, so I would have to refine anyway. I'm gonna counter catch up the Klefki, and maybe that like gets into miss for a turn. I have 3 cards in hand to work with. Okay. Oh yeah, that's true. Hasn't he said before that like Tina can like never win a regional or never win a major? He said that about Miraidon too. Some like Azul is so opinionated. And everyone takes his opinion as like gospel. So like when he has one of those takes that just like blows up in his face, like everyone loves to take a victory lap. It's kind of like Gearheart, where it's just like everyone's kind of, I don't want to say like roots against, but it's just like people love to see him be wrong, I guess. Like, I'm not like the biggest fan of playing Giratina, bro. It just has back-to-back switches like that. Absolutely nasty. I've been documented like my dislike of a Giratina. Just playing the deck myself, but I can move this Deoxys. Let's get the refinement going. Let's rip the Iono here. Oh my goodness. Like, luckily their board is like not so. I probably should put like the reversal on the Guardy or the Kirlia. Oh well. Okay, we can get a Ralts down. I can get double Ralts potentially, and maybe I want to get some Psychics in the discard pile. Because we're sitting with 1 right now. So let's refine. Yeah, but like my Tina list was very, very different. It was not. I'm talking about like classic Tina, not like your regular old Tina 6. Do I just like drop his Zacian and try to go Zacian Knocker? Like, that seems so difficult. Ah, this is hard. What do we do? I'm gonna get down another Ralts. This is probably wrong, but hey, we will live and learn. Okay, we pressed 1 candy. Okay, that was probably wrong then. It's fine. I'm gonna need to find the candy next turn. I guess I can just like swing with like the big Guardy. It's okay. Yeah, like my NAIC team list was very wild for the time. It was not like Rock's Path Tina and stuff. Like, it was built to be a lot more consistent. You like kind of, I wouldn't say that you had like sacked the power level too much back then, because like the tech cards and other stuff we were able to add, like, definitely raised the ceiling of the deck quite a bit. But I'm just talking about like Judge Patina, but like I might kind of come around more to it lately, just like playing it. Like, I don't know. I feel like when I play against Teen, it like bricks like half the time, but then like I've been messing around with it. It's just like, well, this looks like the comeback potentials are like so scary good. It's a really good deck, and like it kind of gets a bad rap because you can overcome your bad hands, like you have some objectively pretty unplayable hands sometime. Oh, why do you feel like that, Blaziken? Like, what makes you feel like you wouldn't do very well? What reason do you have to believe that? Bruh, if I could pop up and KO this Shadow Rider. Here's a Guardi EX. I'm like, just refine. Come on. I need, bro, these are not good cards. I can't really even do much with this. We retreat and pass. Rose, man. I'm gonna get cooked for the Shadow Rider this time. So there's the one boss down. They play two boss, but like I have to KO next turn. Whatever. If they have their other boss, then so be it. I can still go like Guardi knockout, Zacian knockout. It would just be kind of a reach, I guess. You got first place. Nice, Pokekid. I feel like everyone's kind of in the same boat, place. Like every deck feels incredibly mid right now. There's like not a deck that's like just super insanely good. That otherwise everyone would be playing it. Like, that's like kind of why like I think it fluctuates so much. Because there's like not a OP cracked deck that everyone is enjoying. Like, that's why I just think it's like super important. You just like play a deck you like that you're comfortable with. And like I guess if you're not feeling anything right now, if you like Block Lax as a deck you personally feel like you can play at a high level, then I would do it. I not for me, but I would do it. Like it's nothing like not a deck I would play, but don't let that stop. Be like, oh, Alloutblitzle, he doesn't like the play style of Block Lax, so don't let my silly old dislike of the deck stop you. Like if you enjoy it, you're comfortable with it. Bruh, I don't need any more energies. I'm just gonna kind of go for it, like whatever. What do I need to hit? I need the Arcana Guardi. Do I have a Block Lax list? I just copied Cremasoli's list from what's it called? From Stuttgart. So I'm hitting for, that is 180. 270. I need 2 more energies. Alright, let's Arcana. Yo, we hit one. Sure, I don't. Yo, that's actually kind of bad. So this is 210, 300. Okay, hold up. Can we? No, wait. No. Okay. This is it, guys. We gotta hit one of the energies off of this. Come on, bust the deck. We have the stadium in hands. Yo, this deck is so good, right? I'm not tripping. That is 6. Yeah, that's 9 energies. That's a knockout. We're cooking. Bro, the double Arcana hit. Right? I'm not just absolutely trolling. That's 7. Yeah, this is 330 damage. On a Guardi with 60 damage on it. Okay. I want to save the fog. I have like no way to discard any more energies. I'm gonna need to. I don't know. I think I hold. I have to play this. Do not be an idiot and forget to collapse. Why is it Deoxys and Guardi? For 1 energy, you can one-shot an Iron Hands, and then for 6 energies, you can one-shot an Inteleon, because it's like pretty bad to damage up your own guys to respond into an Inteleon VMAX. But then like it's like a really easy Iron Hands answer. Like Jake Gearhart played this list at San Antonio and said that he felt like it gave him a actually favored time into Miraidon, which is like Guardia's biggest issue right now. You have to cut even more consistency to get it to work. Already like kind of a sketchy time in Gardevoir right now. So I need to have 3 more energies and a rod to be. Oh, I guess I got the back. It's fine. It's fine. And you can beat everything else. I think it can take. Yeah, I think so. Miraidon's not that bad. Like it's winnable. Mew is a little jank. I guess if you're playing like the Pidgeot Tomb list, I'm down both reversals. Like, can't just go reversal knockout. It's supposed to be like always could just go like Iono to 1 big guardy punch. What do they do about it? There's the rod, yo. That is so interesting. Do I? Arcana first, I think. I don't like. This luck has been dumb with these Arcana hits. So I can't. I know to 1 now. I am basically just at the mercy of them not having their last boss. I'm like I'd have to. I have an Ultra Ball left. Can I get Energy Ultra Ball off of this? No, not quite, not quite. Do I like? Do they play Lumineon? No, actually they do. So I honestly don't think I bounced this path. I think it's probably correct. I mean, I could get they play Judge. I could get bodied for this. Had the old fun there. The line existed. All right, so I'm not just trolling. 8 energies. That would be 300 damage. We'd be just short. I'm gonna make sure I ride back in the Zacian just so like off of an Iono it'd be in the deck. And then I'm gonna pass. And if they have their one a boss, you can have it, buddy. But yeah, they don't have boss. Trust. Is Tina winnable? I don't think you're probably ever beating a good Tina player. Like I've seen Blocklex players beat Tina, but usually it's because the Tina player does not know how to face them, like they're evolving into VSTAR, like doing all sorts of crazy stuff. Ah, they got the rope. Dang it, we almost worked our way back from that. I started getting like 4 prizes down. Dang it. Dang it, man. Yeah, I don't think like. Yeah, Tina, you're not winning. I think the issue into Mew isn't so much like running them out of switches. They can just throw hand disruption and path at you every single turn, and it's really tough to keep finding your catcher, find your like good cards. If they can just like set up 2 Mews, like go between them. Tina's bricky, yeah. Dang it, man. That was a good game. Like prizing a Kirlia. I don't know. I maybe could have been able to play that better. I don't know. What deck should you play for Portland that isn't too bricky? Like if you just like want the straight consistency, I guess. Like you just always want to get in the game, play Miraidon. I think Charizard and Mew, they're both pretty consistent. Yeah. You have to like get super lucky off of Sydney, like hit like double jet off of Sydney or something, and just like go crazy with Misfortune Sisters, and it kind of like takes your opponent messing up too, like going deeper into the deck with switching cards. Yeah. It's a really difficult matchup to to manage. Like it's probably like an 80-20, honestly. If that, like it's like even if the team player bricks, they have like all the time in the world. Gardy sucks so hard. Oh, what's wrong with Gardy? He's got bodied by the Miraidon. Miraidon's your #1 hated deck, and then you played Miraidon's best matchup. Oh well, that's like dang. That's just bad luck. You brick super hard against juniors. Not against masters though. It's just against juniors. Your deck just doesn't want to work against juniors. So this coming week, I got a challenge on Friday and a challenge on Saturday. So I'm still kind of debating on what I want to play. Because like one of my locals got top 64 with Mew at San Antonio. Another one lost his win with Zard. Another one had like a pretty had a solid run with Zard. So I gotta be able to beat Mew and Zard. So yeah, like I actually like at my cup I lost to the Mew player, like despite playing two. I kind of like have I just play Sablezard. Sablezard's pretty not great into Fusion Mew. That's what he plays. Miraidon's still hated. Alright, good. Wait, I just realized that. Is chat not showing up on screen? Okay, it is. Never mind. Okay. And I don't really enjoy playing Sablezard either, so. American, yeah, absolutely bodied by American Airlines. Hey, speaking of, there's a cloth right there. I don't know if it was the airline's fault. I think it was just the bad weather. Like the plane was coming from Denver, and there's like apparently like a lot of snow there or something, so it got delayed. And it's just also like living in a not major city. Difficult in your airport's not that big. It's not like you can be like, okay, well I'll just go take this flight somewhere else and get there eventually. It's just like, no, it doesn't work that way. Yeah, I was pretty disappointed, but I guess now I know. Spend extra to fly out early or just fly out Thursday. I don't know. I still have, like, I literally not unpacked my bag at all. Like, it still has cloth in a fresh pack of red katanas just sitting in my deck box, my Meltan deck box. I feel like I kind of have to just, like, give it that, like, run at the challenges this weekend. So it's just, like, at least give it the glory that it deserves. Yeah, the Magic got killed today. Snorlax stall affected by American Airlines? Perhaps. You could look on PokeStats, but I don't know if it would PokeStats live, but I don't know if it would show the deck lists. Yeah, I have a challenge Friday, Saturday. I feel like just like rolling up with cloth and just winning. Man, I feel good about cloth too. I was stressing about the tournament so much, and it was just like, well, I'm gonna turn my brain off and play cloth. And that felt like the right thing to do. And I don't even know like what the person that I got paired against, like, what's crazy though to me was I got paired round 1 despite not checking in. I get like no show and then dropped. But I got paired round 1. So I thought that was like kind of crazy. I don't know what my opponent was playing. Like, been funny if like they were on Gardy or something and it's just like not even meant to be in the first place. Yeah, XYZ, there was a Lugia in top 32 of San Antonio, so maybe Lugia is not dead. Someone catfished me. I don't think so. It's an absolute garbage record. It was colorless Lugia playing no Snorlax, double Iron Hands, Shaman V. Like, it was kind of a crazy list. Like, still lost to 2 Zards despite the Shaman. I mean, just totally dodged Miraidon, period. Like, did not face a single one. I think he played Dunsparce though, so maybe you have a chance. An absolute garbage record? Like, what went wrong, Derp? Was it like bricks, bad playing, bad matchups, like a little bit of everything. And like, what record did you end up finishing at? Yeah, it was Lugia playing like double Vessel, like grass, not grass. They were playing Luminous, so you can like put like fire on the Shaman and Luminous, and then you can knock him out with like knock out a Zard with a Shaman. You don't know. 143. Ooh. How do you not know? Not trying to like be rude here, but at least when like I don't know, I feel like if I have a tournament that goes kind of badly, there's usually something I can point to. Like sometimes it's just bad playing, sometimes it's just bad luck with matchups or draws. But also then that like kind of goes back to like, did I just not test well enough? Did I truly make the best choice for the events? And it was bricking. Yeah, Archeop's terrible. Bro is literally playing Lugia like a theme deck now, like 20 energies, like 10 basics. And bricks happen. that absolutely happens. I had that one set with a cloth like a couple weeks back. Against Gardevoir that we won in 3 games. My opponent bricked all 3 games. Theme deck Lugia. Did I have 4 brunettes? That's what we're really wanting to know. Dang, you did everything right? Bro, that's crazy. You never gonna really break. Do you like face some bad matchups then? Like Quad Earth and Furnace, Earth and Vessel and Brunette would be hot. Okay, for sure. Well, if you're playing fire energies, it'd be hot anyway, so. We're not losing to jank decks again. 7 rounds, probably 5-1-1. Dang. Like, I'm not even like too mad, because like, we almost came back from that. I maybe could like thinned with the Fog Crystal. And like give myself, I had 1 Iono in deck though. So pretty silly. Got 4 matches left. Block lax always. Zard got the dub. Zard beating Lustina, is that foreshadowing? I'm sure Azul would go like crazy, like Azul would go crazy if like Tina like double bricks in finals against him. Like I'm sure it'd be interesting to see his like next stream after that, because I'm sure there'd be a lot of Lost Tina hate. Yeah, I saw that story. That's crazy. I didn't like read into it, but I saw the headline. That's messed up stuff. Are they actually like playing finals yet at San Antonio? Oh, they are. Dang. I don't even like really care too much who wins. It'd be cool to see Azul. Like Azul hasn't. I mean, he got top 4 at Worlds. Like had that. It's funny because like Azul's like season so far. I'm sure I can find it on Pokestats. His season's been so hilarious. Like when he makes day 2, he goes super deep. But like, yeah, he gets top 4, top 8, or he just misses day 2 entirely. But yeah, he made day 2 went deep. Like when was like the last tournament that he? I guess Fresno. it's been like several months. But hey, like even Milwaukee. That's funny. I'd take a top 4. First was LZ Tina tie. Second was against world champion playing Guardy. That was a loss. Third was LZ Zard loss. The Helga loss. Oof. Kawhi Leonard, yeah. Like load manages those lesser important regionals, but yeah, it gets in, and then yeah. Well, Guardy is definitely not like where most of the Guardy's playing Jirachi. Like even that, like were you playing heavy path? Like sometimes like a Tina can just like run Guardy out of Stadium Answers, or like force Guardy to kind of like play like a perfect game with Stadium bounces. Zul's an absolutely insane player. Like the consistently great results he had, like a variety of different decks. Pretty incredible. Like he obviously has like decks that he like prefers. Like he was like a Lost Box, like absolute like Lost Box main for a while. But yeah, I even played Control for a tournament or two. Then that's like before Pokesets Live, even some of these. Right? When did Pokesets Live like actually come into existence? It's like a relatively recently development. Absolutely epic website. You wish you brought Zard? Yeah, Zard was like kind of trolled because like everyone was like talking about how great it was, and then like it didn't do good. Like no, like then like the Brazilians like figured out like yo, a Pidgey Zard is like the list didn't like it took a while for Zard to get optimized, I think, and like once you like optimized the deck, it became a lot better. And then also just like the recent like developments in the metagame. Like dude, that's not the right one. Wait, what? San Antonio. Oh, it's all the way down there. Like this meta is like relatively favored for it because like Miraidon was like super popular, and like it gained Iron Hands, got a lot better, and Charizard pretty much just collapsed it. And like Mew is like me, but like also yeah, it's just stuff like Rapid Strike exists. I guess like people like optimize the deck. Like initially, like not a lot of top players were playing Zards. Like now, like the smartest people put time into the deck, and like its matchup spread's like pretty great right now. I don't think it was that as good because like also like Miraidon was like a lot lower key like usage rate when Zard came out, and like now it's right next to Zard as like the most used deck. All right, next rounds. It was 64 to 67. Oof. Well darn, Derb. Are you going to any of the regionals this season, or is San Antonio it? That's tough. Like, I mean, you didn't hit any like super incredible matchups. I feel like Zard, like Lost Zard, should be pretty reasonable for you though. It's a dumb school. Rip. Bodied by school. The block lags tie into the Zoro box. Absolutely epic gaming. Maybe Los Angeles? I haven't had like a... Well, I guess they haven't had a regional in LA in a bit. They've had it in Anaheim, and I guess that's like basically Los Angeles. I'm excited for NEIC. Like that's the one I'm most excited. Man, it's like a few months now, man. I was like all excited for San Antonio, and like now it's gonna, my first regional back is gonna be like all the way in March. And it's like it feels like such a long way away, but I'm sure I'll like be around before. I can't believe it's like almost always 20 or almost already 2024. Absolutely insane. Yeah, that's sort of an issue. At least when I like traveled a lot more when I was in like juniors and seniors, it was like sometimes difficult to keep up. I'm getting old. I feel you. I absolutely feel it. Didn't feel like that long ago. Like the start of this past year, I was just like just made I just started the channel, and like now all the way here, like basically a year later, making a making a video every day sometimes, and then two on the weekends. Like I was, or two on Saturday, Sunday. I was popping off so much, but now I can't even get a video in a week. I'm so lazy now. Yeah, I know, right? But the saying is, time flies when you're having fun. But I don't know, like, I guess this year has been pretty fun, but it's just like, where did the time go? 3K by next regional? Possibly. Your time's not fun, just repetitive, I feel. Oh, I couldn't even join the cup that you had. They had RIP. It's an absolutely massive cup. It'd be like, it'd be crazy. Like the master one like was like capped at 226 and it sold out. It's like top 16 points. Like I like most people like that wouldn't even stick on their best finish limit. Like you go like 6-2 at like a 200-person cup and like not even get anything towards your best finish limit. 10K after I top 8. That'd be epic. I gotta get to one first, Rubik. That's the tough part anymore. I would, if I could even make top 32. Like I don't get to go to these very often. Just getting top 10 foods to buy from Walmart. Nah, this should be starting soon here. We don't need to make a tier list. Not yet, at least. I think the answer of just like top 10, like I feel like it has to be just like the random guacamole there. I don't know, guacamole's just goated. That was like the first thing that like came to my mind. Just like, yeah. Buying from Target? No, I don't really shop at Target. I don't. I mean, Walmart definitely a lot more than Target. Now bro is just trying to like figure out like where I shop at so he can just like try to find where I live. It's like, where is an area? I know he lives in the Midwest. He doesn't go to Target, so it's not any Targets in his area. It says he goes to Walmart. Local soup kitchen? Soup is good. Dang, must be a judge call or something. Now we rage. Probably block lax player not too happy with not too happy facing block lax. Dang. Yeah, really though, like when I whatever next regional major event I get to, just have to just do better than this one. That's just don't get a DPL, don't brick, make day 2. All you have to do is just locate the door and then you find me, right? my career's over. Yeah, just at least 621. that's getting a quality limitless page would be a start there. Of course, if I happen to go 9-0, I wouldn't be opposed to that either. Hey, or maybe just the judge fell asleep. Let me check Discord. Huh. I don't know what's going on. Oh, there we go. Just had to go look down at Discord. Tina. Oh, it's Tina Moon. Oh, this is awkward. Almost always the judge fell asleep for sure. You have a new container to contain your deck boxes? Awesome. Absolutely epic. I need like something better because I have like my little draw, like a little like tiny drawstring bag, which I have like I put all my dice and counters in and stuff. And, like I put that in a deck box. I feel like there should be like a better way to transport dice. Like avocado is S tier. Avocado is literally S tier. Avocado toast is like absolutely like goated breakfast. The breakfast of champions. Bro, I could, yeah, absolutely. Avocado merchant. That sounds a little weird, but sure. Avocado toast for dummies? Well, you put the bread in the toaster, and you toast the bread, and then you cut open the avocado, and you scoop out the avocado, you put it on the toast, and then you eat it. It's super complex. If you're feeling real adventurous, you can put a little salt and pepper on it, or some everything bagel seasoning. No. I opened your eyes. Yeah, I know. This is some mind-blowing stuff here. Moonlit Hill, yo, that card is correct. Toast it, just put it in the toaster. Right? am I cringe? Or you can just have it on like a non-toasted piece of bread, it's still fine. If that's too hard for you. Okay. J.R. Smith of cooking. Bruh, I mean, I wouldn't. I like cooking. Going to culinary school would be kind of dope, honestly. But like Pokemon, so yeah. All right, they're going first. My hand's like pretty mid. If I'm going first, we're chilling. I think I'm probably just going like attach Ralts pass, like Vib for double Ralts attach pass. Then I'm stepping next turn. You work in the kitchen and then you can't cook? Bro, what? The McDonald's drive-thru does not count as a kitchen. My bro's going for wait, what? Bench locks himself out of Tina. That's interesting. Wow. Like, prioritizing the Manaphy this early is setting a path? This is some crazy stuff here. Not McDonald's or fast food, right? XYZ's too busy cooking up Lugia piles to actually be doing his real job. Dylan Brooks for the TCG. Bro, the Grizzlies said they didn't want him back, and they play like a video like thanking him. Like, bro, like what? Okay, sorry Deoxys, I do not need you this time. A couple Ralts. How many? That price any Kirlia is bust attack. Double Iono though. Okay. Price of Stadium. That's scary. Luckily they lost him to Path. So I do this, I put Psychic and I pass. And if they just, for some reason, don't swing into the tail, I can go attach Retreat Step. This hand's pretty sad though. Like, I'm gonna need these refinements to bail me out. This Lugia Moon deck, like I guess is like an interesting like line, because like you force me to like put down 2 prizers to take a single prizer. and then like maybe you can use like the you use a Roaring Moon to like take a RDX or something. There goes a boss though. I'm about to like an interesting game so far. I'm not quite like so sure like what they're cooking here. And like down a rod, it's gonna be like sort of difficult to Sableye spam me. If like that is the line, there's 7. It's a spit. I'm very cool with that. Path. Well, that's not that big of a deal. Cooking water. Okay, bro, take your prize card. It's not that hard. Prize number 3 is always, like, if you don't know which prize to pick, always take prize number 3. Busted. Step. Wahoo! We got all the boys. Okay. Boiling water, bruh. Cooking hacks with Alloutblitzle. Put the lid on the pot to boil the water faster. Dropping absolute knowledge bombs out here. Are we gonna get Lost Mine this turn? That'd be mildly annoying, but then I'm gonna start using Cresselia. I have not. I don't really watch Gordon Ramsay. He curses too much. Not really my thing. It's too profane. There's a frog. I like to Cresselia this turn. The energies? Not bad. Okay. Can I find a Cresselia, please? No. Well, I could. Well, no, because I dropped the Collapsed, and then we are out of bench space. Dang, it feels really bad to just like put the Guardian harm's way like that. But I don't want to just like bleed another prize either. Whatever, this is what I'm gonna do. I probably should have put the stadium down and concealed first. But oh well. Dang, of course that is there is Cresselia. I'm gonna dig deeper for this could be greedy, but I just want to see more cards. I just wanna. I probably should. I should have been Candy instead of the other Ultra Ball, probably. Dang. Yo, no, they always call Calamity Storm, so unfortunately can't get some sort of a crazy gouge play. That'd be insane. Okay, I'm gonna just counter catch with the Sableye. And we'll see where that takes us, I guess. Yeah, we're not cooking over here. Well, Derp, I've had my fair share of poor tournament runs, like especially in seniors. Like I really was a scrub senior. And you just like there's always more opportunities. Like as long as you like have something concrete that you can like take away, like know that you can do better, or like if you're sure that you played to the best of your ability, and to just didn't break your way, then like what do you have to be upset about? I like especially like during COVID, like OG Limitless online tournaments, I get so tilted over losses, but it's just like. Always more opportunities. Like even like with the San Antonio trip, like just totally blowing up Just scoop and go next. You're new to the game. Yeah, Miraidon's very simple. Like there are like you'll occasionally like encounter like some like crazy sequencing like fleet-footed first or generator first, but yeah, Miraidon's pretty easy. Like Roaring Moon isn't like quite as higher tier, like quite as high tier as Miraidon, but it's also a pretty simple and linear deck. Yeah, I would say like Miraidon's like probably the easiest deck. Like you have more than one attacker, but like it's like not too hard to manage though, if that's what you mean. Like it's like your game flows like pretty scripted. Like against decks like Lost Box and Gardevoir, you're just gonna be going in with Iron Hands early and then try to finish out the game with like Raichu or Raikou or just like whatever makes the most sense, like whatever's the most energy efficient attacker. Actually, like something like Zard's a little tougher because like you have like there's sometimes merit to just like not taking knockouts to like try to fall behind. Well, Miraidon, like you like have your Flaffy, like you it's like kind of like a similar thing that you like find your generators and then you're done, right? All right. We're about to get popped. I suppose I should have seen this coming. All right. Just like with Miraidon, you're like not gonna encounter like quite as many complex decisions. Like everything is like pretty much like you kind of have like a similar strategy every single game. Like there's not like Charizard, there's like sometimes where you're like you want to be you always want to be like the second person to put down a multi-prizer. Like it feels bad to attack with what's it called with the Charizard first or something. Okay. So I can Artazon down. I don't like want to give them an Artazon really though. They threw the Sableye back in. What even is the play this turn? Like knockout with Guardy, then they cram. I have to like knockout with Guardy Iono, I think. Sure, I don't know. This has been a pretty scuffed game. Not played this all great, but also I had fairly rough early going there. Probably should not have swung with the Guardy EX last turn. Should have probably stayed patient, but we're learning here. What's Arcana? And also just sucks that I prized 2 Ionos. Okay, there is one. I mean, like, I have Cress. I guess my opponent can, like, kind of checkmate me. I have 5 energies down, so that's 6. That's 240. So I have the knockout already. Let's just get another one into this card pile. Why not? probably also should have waited there, but that's fine. Well, no. This is actually interesting because I could go. What if I force the gouge here? I totally scooped to Path to the Peak, but this is interesting. We hit him with the Iono to 2. Okay. I don't know. I don't think I benched the Ralts. I think we just take the knockout. We try to force them to Frenzied Gouging, and then we go big Guardy Iono again. Just try to dang it. Didn't hit the other Iono off the prizes. This is not great though. Another Tina hitting the discard. Yeah, Omnipoke's absolutely goated. They had a Colress. Iono is a lie. Well, I can't win the game this turn. But they could set up a checkmate on me here. They needed a pretty quality 5 cards. They actually threw out a path. So they're just no. They're just bruh. Okay. Are they gonna go in with the Sable? They're on 2 cards and Jet. Okay, they play 3 card 2 Rope. They have a Rope gone, so they have 1 of each switch, and then they play 3 Jets. They have like 3 total switching cards left. The issue is I'm down both counter catchers. I just then boss Tina and just like hope for the best. Yeah, I like boss Tina, snipe with Cresselia, and then hope to Iono afterwards. That feels really, really rough. I have the other Guard EX in there. I think that's the only line that we have, is hope that they don't have a switch or something. Because they just win the game with the Roaring Moon. Yeah, they can just gouge. Have the Manaphy on the board. Dang it. Can't find the Guard EX either. I still get to see 4 more cards, so we shouldn't have an issue. I could Rod and chuck back in 1, but I know I couldn't have. If you've seen more, that was potentially dangerous there. Okay. So let's do that. That's 8. This is the only play that we have. I want to keep the reversal alive. Then we do that. I'm gonna have to like Cresselia snipe 2 turns in a row. That's the only potential win condition that we have. Alright, Moonglow reverse. Snipe the Sableye. Oh, okay, because like before you had to drag the counter with Cresselia, so I was like, oh no, what happened? Opponent drops the thumbs up emoji. Dang. Yeah, just straight up has it. That's one thing I feel like Brooks is flexing. Guardy feels pretty bricky right now. And it's like in a similar vein to Tina. Like, to make Guardy more consistent, you lose a lot of upside, so is it really worth it? Didn't really get a chance to use the Deoxys package, but like both games that like we actually played, the deck didn't really set up very well. Interesting. Because I know the person who played this deck was like also had some bad draws day too. Like that's why they didn't do all that great. I mean, they still got to 2, but like didn't have like a super deep run. So yeah, I didn't really get a chance to like show off the Deoxys as like full value, like where it's actually good, unfortunately. And also, like if we win the flip against that Tina, where we get like 1 extra turn, like that could be the difference. So gotta keep working on it here, like at least just get some more games in with it. I think since like we don't have a shot at a top cut now, I'm probably just gonna drop. Yeah, shorter stream today, but not had a terribly great tournament showings lately. Yeah, that's the thing with Gardevoir is you can't really afford to brick, because if you brick a game, the best you settle for is a tie. Like that's probably another reason why Gardevoir has like such a hard time making it through these, like getting super deep into these tournaments, because the tie factor. Like somehow this guy only tied once. So that's pretty incredible. Post rotation, it should snap. It'll be interesting to see how Guardy copes with a rotation. Yeah, the 3 ties, that's more like it. But like coming in at 6-1-2, like you don't really have that margin for error. Like if you tie one time, like that kind of knocks you out. Like Tina's like in sort of like a similar boat, right? Like if it ties, it's like, or if it breaks a game, like the best it can settle for most of the time is a tie. But like, at least it can go like aggressive turn 1 and like potentially like donk your opponent. Where like Gardevoir can't really it's a setup deck, so it's gonna take like 1 to 2 turns to get going. Sometimes 3. Yeah, I'm not like a big Guardy fan. It's a fun deck to play, like not one I like seriously consider for a big tournament. Yeah, Guardy loses Arcana, it loses Zacian, loses Fog Crystal, Level Ball Battle VIP Pass. It gets beat up pretty badly. So yeah, we'll have to keep messing around, see what see where we get to. I got some league challenges this weekend, but I think it's like kind of like a lighter week on the tournament front. Like late night, I don't think's having one this week. Yeah, kind of a not a ton scheduled yet, so should be back tomorrow doing deck outs. Yeah. But Jesus. Maybe just bring back Cloth, like give Cloth the run that it deserved before American Airlines bodied it. I just like that was like that one guy in the Discord who asked like 2 or 3 times like, "Yo, Blitzel, how'd you do?" And it's just like, I told him like, "Yo, I faced my auto loss round 1 American Airlines," and he's just like, "No, how'd you actually do?" And it's just like, bro, I already answered like 3 times. Shout out to that guy, absolute legend. Yeah, Guardy's cooked. Well, I don't know if it's cooked because you still got refinement and one of the most broken energy acceleration abilities in the game ever. But like you got to do some adjusting. Yeah. I've like not been as great in these tournaments lately, but we'll bounce back. We'll get there. Yeah, for sure. Well, I'll be back tomorrow, 6 or 7 p.m. Central, and we're 100% winning tomorrow. So, like, subscribe, join the Discord link below, and have a great night. Just take it easy, everyone.